Have you ever felt that no one around you truly understands you? That conversations seem shallow and the meaning of life is slipping into emptiness? When someone goes through a spiritual awakening, this sense of isolation and disconnection intensifies. It's not that you've lost your friends, rather, your inner world has started to change, and with it, things that once made sense now feel hollow and purposeless. During this process, your outlook on life transforms. Superficial relationships that once felt comfortable now seem devoid of meaning, and a need emerges to find a deeper truth, a more authentic connection with others and yourself. This video will reveal 5 signs that indicate you're going through a spiritual awakening, helping you understand why things feel different and often lonely. Get ready to uncover the reasons behind this feeling of disconnection and discover how this phase could be the key to finding your true tribe and living a more authentic life. Before we dive into this transformative content, I kindly ask for your support. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this powerful message. Each action you take helps spread self-awareness and consciousness to more people, promoting a journey of growth and inner connection. The first sign of a spiritual awakening is a shift in relationships and a feeling of isolation. During this phase, many relationships begin to change or even dissolve, as the things that once held these connections together seem to lose their importance. Shallow conversations and friendships based solely on convenience or social expectations start to feel empty. This process can be confusing and even painful as you find yourself distancing from circles that once were part of your routine. With awakening comes a strong need for authenticity and depth, and any relationship that lacks this truth can become a burden. This distancing, although it may feel like something is wrong, actually represents an internal evolution, where the search for genuine connections begins to guide your choices and interactions. During this period of transition, isolation may feel more acute as the world around you seems to be on a different wavelength, and friends and family may not understand this new perspective. However, this feeling of loneliness is a necessary stage for one to redefine priorities and clearly understand what is truly desired in a relationship. Many go through this phase of solitude only to later find a new tribe, people who resonate with the same values, ideals, and spiritual goals, forming bonds that go beyond the superficial. This phase of isolation is not only social, but also emotional. The distancing from conventional relationships is accompanied by an internal re-evaluation of patterns, behaviors, and beliefs. What was once accepted without question is now analyzed more deeply. The need to please others or conform to external expectations loses its strength, and the focus shifts to personal truth. This is the moment when spiritual awakening gains momentum as one starts to align with their true essence, prioritizing what genuinely resonates with their soul. This process of distancing and seeking authenticity can be painful, but it's a crucial step toward attracting people who are more aligned with this new state of awareness. Over time, these new connections are built on shared values such as mutual respect, spiritual growth, and authenticity, creating a support network that sustains and strengthens the awakening process. Eventually, this process leads to finding a new tribe, formed by people who share the same spiritual pursuits and interests. This group is characterized by deep relationships where vulnerability is valued, and the exchange of experiences enriches everyone's growth. Authenticity is no longer a challenge, but becomes the foundation of these new relationships, allowing the individual to feel accepted and understood. This new phase represents the blossoming of a truly aligned social circle, where there is room for genuine exchange, emotional support, and a shared journey. This change in relationships, although it initially brings a feeling of loneliness, is the first step toward a deeper transformation, where the quality of connections becomes much more valued than the quantity. Another clear sign of spiritual awakening is an increase in sensitivity and a deeper connection with the world around you. During this phase, emotional and sensory perceptions become more intense, and you begin to feel more connected to the emotions and energies of the environment. The expansion of consciousness allows every detail around to be perceived more intensely, as if everything has taken on a new meaning. However, this heightened sensitivity can make one feel vulnerable, as an enhanced awareness also brings a greater capacity to feel others' emotions and sense the energies in the environment. This intensification of sensations can be a gift, but also poses challenges, requiring one to learn how to manage a wider range of emotional and sensory stimuli. It's common for noises, crowds, and even certain conversations to become uncomfortable, leading to a desire for moments of silence and introspection where inner peace can be maintained. With this heightened sensitivity, emotions that were once ignored or repressed start to emerge powerfully. One becomes more aware of feelings that may have been neglected for a long time, such as hurts, fears, and insecurities. This process of connecting with inner emotions can be intense, but it's essential for spiritual awakening as it allows a deeper understanding of one's own experiences and reactions. Meditation is an essential ally at this moment, as it aids in accepting this sensitivity, helping to observe emotions clearly without being overtaken by them. Regular meditation practice provides the balance needed to view sensitivity as a gift, a way to connect more fully and consciously with the world, rather than as a source of vulnerability. By learning to embrace this sensitivity, one begins to see that every emotion, every sensation, and every experience is part of a process of self-knowledge and growth. This awakening of sensitivity also brings a deeper connection with nature and life's small details. A newfound appreciation arises for the beauty of simple things, the sound of the wind, the texture of leaves, the smell of the earth, and one feels a special bond with the natural world. This connection goes beyond contemplation and becomes an experience of unity with the environment, where each element seems to exist in perfect harmony. This new way of interacting with the world is a hallmark of spiritual awakening, as one no longer sees oneself as a separate entity, but as part of a larger whole. This level of connection allows for a more profound and fulfilling experience of life, making every moment an opportunity for learning and self-discovery. The quest for authenticity and truth is one of the most transformative signs of spiritual awakening. During this phase, a deep need emerges to align life with values that truly resonate with one's essence, moving away from everything considered superficial or false. What was once accepted without question, such as following social norms and seeking external approval, is now viewed with skepticism. There's a shift in perspective regarding many aspects of life, as one begins to question why they act a certain way and whether those actions truly reflect who they are. This process can be liberating but also challenging, as it involves distancing oneself from habits, environments, and even people who were once part of the routine. Often, the pursuit of authenticity requires courage to face criticism and misunderstandings, but the individual feels increasingly motivated to live in alignment with their truth, regardless of external expectations. This awakening of authenticity leads to introspection, a time when one turns inward to understand their motivations and desires more deeply. This process of self-discovery reveals aspects of the personality that were hidden, allowing for a more sincere and honest understanding of oneself. Superficiality loses its appeal, and any situation or relationship that isn't grounded in truth becomes burdensome, leading the individual to distance themselves. This is when spiritual awakening takes center stage, as one realizes that happiness and a sense of purpose do not depend on social standards or others' validation, but rather on a genuine connection with their own essence. This process of reflection and transformation, though challenging, helps to build a new version of oneself that is more aligned with their true values and purpose. The search for authenticity also transforms relationships, as one begins to deeply value honesty and depth in connections. Relationships that were previously maintained only for convenience or habit become unsustainable, and the desire for true connections intensifies. This doesn't mean complete isolation, but rather a careful selection of those they wish to keep close, prioritizing those who share similar values and intentions. The friendships and relationships formed during this phase of spiritual awakening are more authentic and enduring, as they are based on mutual understanding and a shared desire for personal and spiritual growth. This process allows one to build a circle of connections that truly reflects who they are and where they feel welcomed and understood on their path of evolution. The expansion of consciousness and the development of compassion are the final and perhaps the most profound signs of spiritual awakening. When a person begins to feel interconnected with everything around them, their perception of life and others undergoes a radical transformation. This new perspective creates a natural empathy and a genuine desire to help, understanding that happiness and well-being are not only individual, but collective. This feeling of interconnectedness goes beyond a mental concept. It is experiential, where one senses that their actions impact the world and that the world impacts their actions. This leads to a natural responsibility toward the planet and all living beings, prompting a desire to contribute positively to the collective. At this point, spiritual awakening shifts from a personal quest to encompass the whole, bringing an inner peace that is reflected in daily actions and thoughts. This expanded consciousness also leads to a deeper compassion for the suffering of others, whether close friends or even strangers. The awakened individual no longer views others' struggles as separate from themselves, but as part of a shared reality. This doesn't mean carrying everyone's burdens, but feeling a responsibility to promote an environment where everyone can evolve and find happiness. This stage of compassion is not forced, but a natural expression of spiritual awakening, as one realizes that helping others is also a way of helping oneself. Compassion, therefore, becomes a daily practice, whether through small acts of kindness or broader actions aimed at improving society. This new outlook creates a life with greater purpose, where each action has a value that transcends individual interest. The final transformation involves a detachment from the ego and a shift in focus. Goals that were once centered on personal success begin to include the well-being of the community and the planet. Instead of only thinking about personal achievements, one seeks ways to contribute to a more harmonious and balanced world. This less self-centered focus promotes an inner peace that comes from feeling aligned with one's own truth and from being part of something greater. The awakened person finds joy in acts of service and in small contributions to collective well-being, which gives their life a deep sense of meaning. This shift in perception brings a sense of unity with the universe and lasting serenity, as if the endless search for answers and the meaning of life finally resolves in the discovery that the true purpose is to live in harmony and to promote love and compassion in every daily action. In this video, we explored the 5 signs of spiritual awakening that can completely transform the way you see the world and your relationships. From the initial isolation, through heightened sensitivity and the search for authenticity, to expanded consciousness and the development of genuine compassion, these signs point to a deep journey of self-knowledge and growth. Remember that each stage brings its challenges, but also opens doors to a life more aligned with your purpose and the collective good. If you wish to continue on this path of discovery and transformation, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share this powerful message. And if you enjoyed this content, the video appearing on the screen now will undoubtedly bring even more insights for your journey of self-discovery and spiritual connection.